Welcome back for the last section of this module. We are looking at fraction equations in the one-step group. So if you go to your one-step section, and you have lots of equations already in there, so I'm not going to flip through all of those. Let's just go to the blank page and take a look at some fraction equations. The good news is that you already know how to do this because you took the time in the last set of problems to learn a proper way. This section should not be difficult at all. Okay, so the first one is 4/5 A. 4/5 A equals 90. And immediately I can tell you that I don't need a ghost 1 here. We already have a numerator and a denominator, so we're ready to solve this problem. And it's going to go very quickly. We're going to follow something that you already know. So 4/5 A, there's your variable. And 90 is the constant. I still want you to pay attention to that because as these problems get harder, this is going to help us keep this straight. So don't forget about your variable and constant. Don't get lazy and skip that step. Okay, needs to scoot over a little. Okay, we need to get rid of our fraction, which is 4/5, so I'm going to do the reciprocal. And you did this in the last set of problems, so nothing has changed. And let's go ahead and finish this one. So I have A equals 90 times 5ABC4 equals, and this time we get a mixed number, and that's okay. That is going to happen sometimes. When you have fractions going into the problem, you may have fractions coming out of the problem. So don't panic if you get something that's not a nice even number. Again, that's 90 times 5ABC4 equals 112.5. Okay, the second one, I have 15 equals 3/4 of M. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the solving frame where we have a constant on the left this time and a variable on the right. So 3/4 M. And to get rid of that fraction, you know what to do. You have to do the reciprocal in parentheses, and you do that to both sides. Algebra is all about equality. So we're left with M on this side. And then 15 times 4ABC3 equals, this one is nice and even, just a 20. I'm sorry if you're picking up background noise or voices. It's a little bit busy today here in the office, so if you're hearing those outside sounds, I do apologize. Okay, one more on this page I think I can get in here. How about -3/10 x? -3/10 x equals 40. So when I write this into the solving frame, I would have the -3/10 x, so this is the variable side. And then 40 is the constant side. And so we need to do the reciprocal of our fraction. And remember, we take signs along. So we have 10 over negative 3. 10 over negative 3, exactly the same to both sides. These cancel and those cancel. So I'm left with the x, which is very good. And 40 times 10, ABC 3 negative, is negative 133 and 1/3. So our solution, and if you need the parentheses to keep your negative sign separate, that's fine. But this one turned out to be another one of those that is not even. And that's going to happen often with fractions. Okay, a couple more of those and we will be finished with one steps. Negative 6/7 of B equals 63. So I bring this one over to the solving frame. Negative 6/7 of B is 63. So this is your variable side, and this is your constant side. And we need to get rid of that fraction. So I'm going to do the reciprocal in parentheses. And I'm using parentheses because I'm multiplying here. So cancel those. B, and I have no idea, so let's see, 63 times 7 ABC, 6 negative equals negative 73 and a half. Going to check that one more time. 63 times 7 ABC, 6 negative is negative 73 and a half. So make sure that you don't lose your negative sign. Again, if you want those parentheses, that is fine. And that's your final answer. Okay, the last one of these is negative 4/8 Z equals negative 196.3. So we're going to have to draw the frame. I'm sorry. I'm very sleepy this morning and my brain is just not functioning correctly. So we have the variable. Negative 4/8 Z, and then negative 196.3 on this side, and we have a constant here. Okay, I think I see a problem coming with this one, and let me be sure I know what to do before we get there. Nope, it worked fine. Okay. Sometimes when you mix fractions and decimals in this particular calculator, things don't go as planned. So I wanted to be sure that I could show you this without causing confusion. All right, we need the reciprocal of our fraction. So we're going to do 8 over negative 4 and 8 over negative 4 and cancel. And then we're left with Z. That's good. That's all we want on that side. And this is where I thought we might have a problem because we're multiplying a decimal by a fraction. So let's try this out. 196.3 negative times 8 ABC 4 negative, and that gives us 392.6. So we get a decimal answer this time. That's okay. And that equation is solved. We have also completed the section on one-step equations. If I roll on over to the next page, you see that we're up to 2 steps. So we have finished the one-step module. There is a practice set of problems coming up. There is also a quiz on this module, and I urge you to try those before you move forward. If you're still having problems with those problems, don't move on to the 2-step. Once you do the quiz, it will unlock the 2-step module, but if you're not ready, don't move forward. Keep reviewing what we've done here until you're comfortable with it. But good luck on the practice and the quiz, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.